Hi, my name is Sarah Smith and I'm a horticulturalist here at Rogers Gardens, and today I'm going to talk about growing sprouts at home. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's really super simple. You only need a handful of things to do it, and it's so nice to have fresh sprouts that you grow in your house. A lot of times you'll hear on the news that sprouts can be contaminated with different things, E. coli, salmonella. This way you completely eliminate that fear of buying sprouts from the store, and you can get so many different interesting varieties, and it's so nice to have something fresh that you grow yourself at home. Sprouts have a lot of nutritional value, so it's really a great way to add that to your salads, to your sandwiches, just to pretty much any dish. It always looks pretty to add a little pop of green to whatever you're making, and you can get so many different varieties. Some of the typical ways that people grow sprouts, we have really kind of two different ways you can do it. You can grow it at home with a mason jar. The trick to growing it in a mason jar is to have some kind of covering over the top of it. Cheesecloth works really well. There's many different ways that you can grow sprouts at home. The two common ways is growing them in a mason jar. You just need to secure something over the top of it to keep it covered. You want to stop any fruit flies from going in there, debris going in there. You also want something that's breathable that adds air circulation to the jar. So cheesecloth is a really great thing to use. You just secure it over the top with a rubber band. Or we have a sprouting box that we sell here at Rogers. What I really like about the sprouting box is you can grow a bunch of different kinds in one box instead of having multiple jars all over your kitchen. So this is a really great container. It has two different trays, and it also has dividers, which you can take out as well. So if you don't want to grow a bunch of different kinds, you can grow one tray at a time. Both trays, you can take the divider out as well. So I find that really super convenient. It also doesn't take up a lot of space. It's attractive looking, and it has a great cover on top, so you don't have to worry about anything getting into it. The way to grow sprouts is you find the variety that you want. You soak it in water for up to 8 to 12 hours. You drain it, and then you keep running water over it, usually about twice a day. So you just run water over it, pour it out, let it go. The nice thing about this is that it drains into a bottom reservoir, so you just run your water over top of this. You don't even need to take the lid off. It drains into the bottom. You let that drain for a little bit, and then you dump that water out, so you don't have the standing water in your kitchen. We have right now, and sometimes we even have more than this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different varieties. My personal favorite ones that we have is I love the alfalfa, just the plain alfalfa sprouts. These have a really nice crunch to it that I find really satisfying, good in everything. I really like to use this one just in about everything. We have mixed varieties too. So I have a mixed sandwich and a mixed salad. So it has a couple of different sprouts in here, so you get some different colors, different textures, a little bit of spicy, a little bit of sweet mixed into it. We also have the other singular varieties. We have broccoli sprouts. I love mixing broccoli sprouts with my alfalfa sprouts. And we also have the Chinese rose radish. This is really pretty. This adds a really beautiful purple color. It's very spicy, so I like to mix it with my other blends. Or if I'm doing a sprouting tray, I'll just do a small compartment of this because it is pretty spicy. Once you get your sprouts soaked, your seeds soaked, and you let them drain, you run your water over about twice a week. It takes anywhere from like 3 to 5 days to start seeing some growth on it. Once you see adequate growth, then you can move it into your refrigerator, and it'll last in your refrigerator for about a week. Different sprouts have a different volume rate when they're growing, and what I really appreciate about our sprouter kit is that it has measurements in here that tells you how many cups a tablespoon of sprouts will give you. So it's important to know that you don't want to overload your kit or your jar and then have your sprouts going crazy and trying to come out the top of it. It impedes their growth, and then they won't really green up. In your kitchen, they just want really bright light. They can handle a little bit of direct sunlight, but really only in the morning. They don't really need it to get some good green color, as long as your kitchen is bright enough where you can comfortably read a magazine or a book without having to flip a light on. Then you have enough light to grow grow sprouts. It's super simple, it's really fun. I always like to have rotating ones, so one that's in my refrigerator ready to go and one that I have sprouting on my counter, so I always have a really abundant supply. And it's just really fun to have something different. Kids like to do it because it's really neat and really an instant gratification kind of thing, because within 3 to 5 days you have something to show for what you've been working on. So it's a really fun thing that I really love doing here. So come on into the store, check out what we have. You can always ask us questions. You can shop online at our online boutique as well. You can watch all of our different videos. We have them all over Instagram, all over Facebook. Our YouTube channel is great. Please feel free to share these with your friends, and be well, be safe, and happy gardening.